Hi, I'm Lou, and today I'd like to show you how to beat poison ivy. Typically you won't find poison ivy in bright sunny areas, but instead you'll find it right along the woods lines where there's a little bit of sun and a little bit of shade. Here's a small poison ivy plant, and it's characterized by the 1, 2, 3 groups of leaves. Each leaf looks like your hand with your pinky pulled down. You see how you got thumb there and your pinky there? That's kind of what they look like. A lot of people get scared of this stuff, but it's actually called Virginia creeper, and it's totally safe. And notice it has 5 leaves, not 3. Although I will say, if you see Virginia creeper, it's really common nearby to find some poison ivy. Here's another one that's often confused as poison ivy. This is actually a baby maple tree, and you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves, and they look kind of like poison ivy, but they're sharper. If you try to pull poison ivy out, which you should not do with your bare hands, you'll notice it actually is a long vine. This one's pretty short, but it can actually go on for several yards. I recently cleared the area underneath this pine tree. It used to look like that, and I'm trying to get rid of some poison ivy in here. So you can see it's trying to crawl up the tree here. There's another one. Look at that, that thing's like 3 feet long. There are poison ivy sprays that kind of work to get rid of it, but to my mind, the best way is to just rip it all out. And you can put some gloves on and grab it and pull it out. And then also try to follow all the vines and get them out, or else it'll regrow. And you can even use a rake to dig down and try to find the vines. So you rake all around and see if you can rip it out that way. But ultimately, this stuff has just got to come out. That's what gets rid of it. You do that maybe every week for a month or 2, and it'll all be gone. So right now my arm and hand are covered with poison ivy oil, but you can't see it because it's invisible. But if you wash it off within about 3 hours, you won't get it. So you wash it off with dish soap and a sponge, and this is really important because it provides friction to make sure you get all the stuff off. And most people say to use Dawn, but really any dish soap will work. So this is what I'm talking about. You need to just rub every part of your arm and hand and make darn sure you get it off. And then I would rinse off and do this again, and then you'll be fine. All that oil will be gone. If you do get poison ivy, it's going to turn into a puffy rash like this. This is actually not too bad, but if it gets really pussy, you can dry it out with calamine lotion. This stuff can get very itchy, and you shouldn't itch it. There are some sprays and lotions available that I don't think work that well. You can put ice on it, and that kind of deadens the itch, and my favorite is actually to scald it. Let your hot water run for about 60 seconds so it gets good and hot. Now scald your itchy spot for about half a second. It'll definitely hurt like you burned it for about 3 seconds, but then it won't itch at all for about 3 hours. So if I know so much about poison ivy, why do I have it? The honest truth is I'm not a very careful person, and I actually got that poison ivy before I made this video. Thanks for watching, and good luck getting rid of your poison ivy.